Hi everybody, it's Roseanne, and I'm here with John Argent. Say hi, Johnny.
Hi everybody. Hi, how you doing?
And Johnny's got a book, it's fabulous. It's called Henry Hoskins and the Whole Factory, and we have it on Amazon where you can buy it. That was kind of exciting for you to have your book on Amazon, right?
Well, it's funny because in a way I'm sort of mocking or satirizing big companies, big box companies as I call them, like Amazon, but at the same time it's what made sense, it made sense. Yeah, it's ironic right from the start. It's part of the irony of the book. Yeah. Glad.
I like that you said that. Yeah, I was going to ask you that next. Is you've managed to mock just about everything in the modern world, and you've done it in such a nice guy way, and it's very witty. Old people really like this book, and I think young people are going to really like it too. It's an easy read, but the thing is that it's very heavy duty and controversial material, and done in such a light-hearted way to be as mocking and pretty vicious as it really is. And you really walked a good tightrope there.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I wanted to do just that. I wanted to sort of make fun of a lot of fundamentals. I think I put it in the introduction. When I was a kid, unfortunately, maybe everybody who sees this won't buy one. And by the way, almost all the money is going to go to a good cause, a couple of good causes, not me, or my wallet. But, I say somewhere in the introduction that, I just think that so much about our life should be easier and more fun for everybody. So yeah, I was making fun of a lot of things. I'm making fun of people that take their jobs too seriously. I'm making fun of the too much made of hard work, too much made of high tech. I make fun of the government. I make fun of so many things, and greed and competition. But I didn't want it to be bitter. I wanted to have something soft at the heart of it, and kind of kind. And so yeah, but I didn't even want that to be sugary. I make a little fun of that. I make it so silly that people realize that that's even a little bit.
One of the things that's silly and cute is that all the characters' names are spelled the same frontward and backward, right?
The family.
The family.
Henry's family. His wife's name is Lil. His little girl's name is Nan. The boys are Bob and Otto. The dog's name is Pup. The kitty's name is Tat. Nan couldn't say a hard C. Their aunt and uncle are Bub and Sis. So yeah, little things like that let people know that it's pretty wispy. I want it to be cute, but I even make fun of cute. Mm-hmm. I don't want it to be so sugary sweet, but at the same time, I wanted to mock a lot of stuff, but I didn't want it to be want it to be bitter, and that was the challenge. Could I do that? I like to think I pulled it off. I'm getting good vibes from people.
You're getting good reviews too from very literate people. I wanted to say my friend Kathy O'Brien. She said that this is the Bible of what did she call it? The Bible of everything holy.
All that is holy.
All that is holy. HOLEY. But so I want to talk about the plot of it so people can get the idea. It's
cool.
It's about do you want to go into the whole Grand Canyon thing? What's happening?
Well, briefly, Henry Hoskins is sort of a nerdy guy, and we won't give it all away. But he works for a company called Emtico. Emtico is one of the most respected old firms in the world in the hole making industry.
Hole making?
Yeah, a lot of people might laugh, but holes, they're very important.
Well, donut.
Yeah,
right.
Emtico is the oldest and most respected firm in the whole manufacturing industry worldwide. So, as I say, designing and manufacturing quality holes of all types, size, and shapes, it's serious work. Standards were high at Emtico, etc. I'm not going to read the whole book. But anyway, Henry, he's working for this little company, but all of a sudden, bang, here comes an Amazon-type company or Elon Musk-type big company comes to town and wants to grab the whole business. And what's the biggest job on earth? The government is looking at. It's a famous special year where they're trying to renew all the, well, anyway, long story short, replacing the hole in the Grand Canyon. it's been a long time, and the hull's gotten kind of worn out and frayed. So here comes Worldwide Hulls Unlimited with their villain, their classic villain. I can't give too much away, but anyway, they're trying to grab the whole market and corner the whole market. Quentin Frost Heartless is his name.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty scary.
And what's the difference between his company and the one that Henry Hoskins worked for?
Well, his company is all about bigger is better. He's got these giant Xeron generators, these huge things that just generate
Big
holes like you wouldn't imagine. He's out to put everybody out of business, and he's like the Amazon sort of holes, hole making, and he's trying to get it. But the government and things get dragged out. There's a big long dragged out government. Anyway, the boss calls Henry in because Henry's kind of an oddball, and they have him go to the Grand Canyon. He takes his family, and Henry looks things over. I'll slow down there because we don't want to give too much away. But Henry, they know Henry would come up with a unique answer, and it's a little bit of an anticlimax what he comes up with, and we'll kind of leave it at that.
What? How to deal
suspenseful.
with the kind of,
How we're going to get the job.
and the job is to what?
Well, the job is technically to replace the hole in the Grand Canyon or do what it takes, and I'm going to kind of
Isn't
leave
it to
there.
jazz it up too and make it new and fresh?
Well, yeah, the hole's gotten a lot of wear and tear on it over the years. And, Worldwide Hulls wants it, and they're sending their fancy guys with their surveyors and all their fancy equipment. And Quentin Frost Heartless, he wants the job, and he's ready to slit throats. He'd walk over his mom's dead face to get the job. But anyway, he's got his guys prowling all over the place. But anyway, I don't want to give it away. It's
Oh, just say it. So Henry,
No, it's not a
don't give the whole thing.
yeah.
The whole thing. But Henry Hoskins, he's very, what do you call it? He's slow.
Like he says on the back, don't be afraid to think small. He's a guy who's, he's a detail man. And, his picture's on the back. He's on the back looking through a telescope from the wrong end. And, he doesn't believe that every answer has to be the biggest, most complicated, most expensive one. He's kind of not, which is, a pillar of narcissism, going big, which Quentin Frost Heartless is. His dad made zillions of dollars in the styrofoam peanut business. He owned huge styrofoam peanut plantations, for example, and that's where he made a fortune. But anyway, the book, it's whimsical and it's crazy and it's silly. I loved your review, by the way. I think you said it was seriously silly. So in the beginning, somebody can be dismissive. They can even look at the format. It's spaced kind of big. It's kind of an easy
I love
format.
it because you don't have to go blind reading it. Like once you get a little bit over the age of 25, you can actually see it and enjoy reading it and not have to get 15 pairs of glasses to see it all. I think it's going to be good for young kids to, junior high age or a little bit, like even Maisie's age, 8, to really read it.
Everything about it's a little bit retro. It's not all about abbreviations and TikTok and hip hop and blah, blah, blah. It's not all that. It's a little
And
bit
it has
retro.
really good, what do you call it? What do you call these things?
The illustrations?
Yeah, illustrations.
That's
My
a
brain
tricky-
doesn't work too well.
It's a tricky word.
Illustrations are fantastic.
Yeah, the illustrator. I got turned on to the illustrator by a guy that I talked to on the internet who does comics. He does kind of scary comics. I should give him a plug, but his thing is create your own comic. I think it's on Twitter. I'll try to name him on Twitter when you go. If you want to go to me, I'm John Argent on Twitter. But anyway, her name is Kristina Kostova. She's from Bulgaria. I went with her. She's terrific. I guess
She did all these illustrations.
all the
right?
illustrations. Yeah.
This is so witty that he's looking at the wrong, thinking small by looking at the wrong, or the smaller end of the.
Don't be afraid to think small. And this front here,
So cute.
this is the company picnic at Emptyco. It's on the parking lot, and his boss, Mr. Holman, Henry J. Holman, every year at the picnic he gives a speech about his dad, Henry J. Holman Sr., starting with nothing, literally nothing, started the most respected whole manufacturing company in the whole making industry. So as you can see, I don't want to wear it out. I try not to totally wear it out, but it's a lot of fun to have that.
It
play
is
of
fun.
words.
It's a smile on every page and a couple of good laughs too.
Yeah, I
It's
thought,
very witty for such a like I say,
Boring old man like John.
not boring. It's witty for something that is pretty dark. Dark subject.
It kind of is, you know. It kind of is. I mean, we're talking about greed. We're talking about big, huge companies, big box companies come into town, and people trying to make a living. You know, it's a working man's book, and Henry's an unlikely working man's hero. And he's, as I called him, he's a hero who is looking for the opposite of attention. He's kind of a, you know, not a secretive guy, but
He's wanting to get the job done and to do it well, right?
well, I said he may just be the new GOAT, greatest of all time in terms of unlikely heroes for troublesome times. He strives for the opposite of attention, you know. But anyway, yeah, it's.
When did you write this book?
I started it way back when I was went back to college for the second time. I started to get an English degree, but then I bailed out of English. I had this thought about, you know, teaching English to First Nation people up in Four Corners, Arizona. You know, all that. That didn't happen. But anyway.
What year was that?
That was 80s. That was 80s. I forget exactly what happened. My life was the opposite of a carefully charted course. So I can't remember.
Well,
where
when
I
did
put
you
these
write it?
half
Do you
the time.
remember when you wrote it?
I started in the 80s, but like my point is, I kind of came back and forth, and I had a
Uh-huh.
couple of people that I respected looked it over a time or two and said, "What the hell are you waiting for, man? People need, you know, are you waiting until it's illegal to write a book about greed and competition and blah blah blah?" So I thought probably there's no gossip in it. It's not about the Kardashians, so I probably it's not. There's no sex really to speak of, so I'm probably not going to get a publisher. And I thought, form follows function. Let's self-publish with Amazon.
You're not giving me any credit because I think that I said, why don't you finish that thing? Because you never finish anything. Didn't I say that to you?
Did you say that?
I said, why don't you finish that book? It's adorable and you don't have an ending for it yet.
You never finish anything. Well, I finished all those songs that you sing, those cute songs, and
Right,
some
that's
of them
true.
didn't turn out, didn't come on TV.
I know, but I think I did say, why don't you finish this?
Yeah. Well, anyway.
And you did.
Well, it was
So
finished. But
congratulations.
the easy part is writing a book. It went on forever and ever and ever to actually get it published. I had the completed Word doc, but man, you got to go through some stuff to actually get it printed and get it out there. But the one thing I would say to people is, if you have a good idea, you can do it. You can get a book. You can get published. Whatever it is, do it. You know, do it and finish your work.
Well,
But
I'm proud of you, and
I hope some of your fans will buy it. It's $7.99, but $6.99. I was going to charge $7, but I know that times are tough right now, but that's a lot of money. But $6.99, it's a steal. I loved your review; it was hilarious. It is. But anyway,
I really like it. I really like it, whether I was your girlfriend or whatever it is that you say when you're in your 70s.
I'm your insignificant other. I love
Yeah.
that.
I really like it, and I think it's adorable and witty, and like I say, very morbidly witty.
Last thing, if I may say, one more quick reminder: it's a twofer. So if people do feel ever down or a little helpless or this, that, or that, not only are you buying a book that's pretty cute, it starts a little slow, but then I think it becomes a page turner in a hurry. It's a twofer because you're getting a pretty cute little story, some cute illustrations, but you are, I think, about 90 cents on the dollar. I'm going to take a little bit back. I spent some money on illustrations, etc. You know,
Yeah, you're giving it to good causes.
it's going to some good causes.
But also, this book, it's good that it helps you think well. It helps rack up your thinking so that you think well and think good thoughts. Get your thinking aligned. It's good for that.
Yeah.
What's important and what isn't, and what's bullshit and isn't. That's a good review too, isn't it?
Yeah, write that down.
I think so. I think it's,
Now you need to write another book, I think. You should write several books. You got a lot of books in you. But I love this one. Henry Hoskins and the Whole Factory
yeah.
by John Argent.
Give it a chance, people. It's $6.99, and here's my last word. I said the other one, but as you can see, it's pretty colorful. It would look pretty cute under a Christmas tree. Time is flying, or a Hanukkah bush, or whatever you're allowed to call anything nowadays. But think about giving it maybe as a gift. It's a cute
Yeah.
stocking stuffer. And again, a twofer. It's not about strictly about my ego or making me money. It really isn't. It's a twofer. You're going to help some good causes. So think about it. It's a cute little font. Might make a cute little font. And it's on Kindle too for those of you who like to look at things.
I
on
like this page here where
phones.
you're what do you call this?
Quoting John Lennon.
Yeah. Now they know how many holes it takes to fill the Albert Hall.
Always loved it.
I love that too, and I love that you used that quote because that
The,
was a very important question at the time,
the ancient Eastern
and you may have
sages.
answered it.
Yeah, the ancient Eastern sages said the emptiness is the form, and the form is the emptiness. As I put in here, you know, I talk about it some, and now we'll stop in a minute. But it says things like, think about it for a minute. You know, if they made the hole too big in basketball hoops, if they made them big like manhole covers, they wouldn't pay those huge salaries. If the hole in your teacup was too big, you'd be sloshing it up. So anyway, it's cute. Thank you. I should have let you have the last word.
You should always remember that.
I agree. I agree. You got it. Thanks, everybody. Please consider grabbing one or a couple and set them aside for Christmas or whatever.
I bought 50.
Thank you so much for your time.